Hello everyone, and welcome to the Prince Magnum channel where hot rodding and romance do coexist. I'm your host, Prince Magnum. Welcome to an in-your-face that's going to require a video game, okay? Now this will make a whole lot more sense as the video progresses, but bear in mind, if you've never seen this game before, maybe you have lived under a rock, this is Minecraft. Now, I created this world and I've already done some work to it, but before I turn around, let me briefly kind of give you what we're kind of talking about with this particular in-your-face. There are content creators out there that like to tell, that they do it in all video games. I think we all are notorious for trying to tell people how we think they should be playing the game. And it's content creators being backseat gamers when, Minecraft is one of those games that, without question, what is Minecraft? Okay? Well, some people take the term literal. They'll go into a mine and you'll never see their character again. It's like, where are they at? They're digging. Okay? Can you dig it? Some people, they'll build really elaborate structures. And I mean, some of the worlds that I've seen in Minecraft are absolutely amazing, okay? And I myself have even built some really elaborate worlds. And it's a lot of fun. But that being said, for some of you, maybe one of your friends have talked you into playing the game, and you build your first house, and you want to show it off to all your buddies, but this is what you got. It isn't much, okay? You really don't have that much going on. This is your house, okay? Now, if you're okay with showing this off, your first house ever, hey, fine by me. You do you, boo-boo, okay? You worked on it, you built it, it's yours, okay? So, anybody who says, oh, that's a noob structure, well, yeah, it's your first one. But I'm going to show you guys some, kind of some helpful tips that maybe you yourself could give it a try. If you find it useful, hey, rock it, okay? If you don't find it useful, hey, no harm, no foul. I just showed you what I know, okay? And bear in mind, when I say I played this game for a good minute, long before Microsoft owned it, when it was still just run by Notch, when you could kill a zombie and a feather would drop, yeah, that tells you how far back I go. I was still playing this game when it was still in beta form, okay? So let's start off with an easy one, okay? What I've got right here is basically some stripped birch logs, okay? And how do you get those? We're going to go ahead and lay down about 7 birch blocks, about like that, okay? You're going to come up here with your axe, and instead of whacking it like that and breaking the block, we're going to, if you're using a keyboard and mouse, you're doing this on PC, you're going to right click and it strips the block just like that, okay? And if you line them up like that, you can do a whole bunch real quick, okay? Now this does wear on your tools after a little while, but that's okay. It's okay. That's part of the crafting part of it all, okay? So we're going to go ahead and break these blocks right here. If you come up here, actually we're going to move this out to right about there, okay? Video game logic, okay? We're going to take this up to about 4 high. You're going to come down, break your legs, and then we're going to do it again, okay? And we can save ourselves a lot of headaches by doing it like that. And then all we got to do is just rinse and repeat, okay? Rinse and repeat. It's not a super big deal, okay? And if you're there, just like that. Now, why am I placing blocks up here like this? That'll make a whole lot more sense soon. my reasoning for this is I need a baseline, okay? Now, when working with, here, let me come off the structure and I'll show you what I mean, okay? When working with these and I want them to go a certain way, if I lay them like that, oh, it's going to be uncooperative for me. Sometimes they'll go a certain way. It's just easier if you can be above it because it'll place it where it'll look like that, okay? Sometimes they'll just go in weird directions, okay? So we're just laying these out. There, see, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. So we don't want that because it faces a wrong direction. And we're going to go ahead and break our legs again. Just like that, okay? Now, again, why is this important? Well, we want it to look as uniform as possible. No, it's not going to go that way. That's okay. That's okay. I get lucky enough to get it to go kind of like, no, we can actually carve this out later if need be. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. And we got a spooter. Come on up. There we go. Okay. So this is kind of important. All right, let's go in and get ourselves out of danger. All right, again, this is what we got to work with. But, and this is kind of important, sometimes they're not supposed to, but every once in a while you'll get something that'll spawn inside your home. Okay? And if that happens, you need to move. You need to be able to jump, move around. You can't do that, as you can tell. This is me jumping. Okay? That's because the ceiling is in the way. And now my character has a concussion. But, as you can tell, we got a little bit more room to work with now. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, so we've got more room than before. So this works out. Oh, jeepers creepers. Look out for them peepers. All right. And as you can tell, see again, that's what we'd want to avoid. Yeah, it's going to be like that. All right, so what we're going to do here is that. And if, for those that are wondering, yes, I'm doing this on regular because, I mean, more than likely, a lot of you, that's how you're going to be doing it. There. And again, this will make a whole lot more sense soon enough. And sometimes you got to do that, you know, just. Now, another thing that I wanted to kind of talk about as well, the Prince Magnum channel is primarily known for custom cars and romance. We're a DIY channel. And some people will say, well, that's not DIY, you know, when I grab the video games. And to a degree, they're absolutely right. They're absolutely right. But here's the thing, though, all right, and this is something that I had to come to terms with myself, all right, and this is one of those moments that it's like, well, that makes a whole lot more sense. For those of you that say that video games aren't DIY, I won't dispute that. You're not wrong, okay, to a degree, and here's why I'm telling you this. For some people, the best they can do in DIY is just what we're doing right here. For some of them, this is their DIY. For some folks, they're in no physical condition to be getting out there and working on a project like, like some of us can do and take for granted. So do we say that what they're doing is not DIY just because we want to be some sort of, elitist asshole? No, I don't think we want to. For some people, this is their DIY, and far be it for me to take that from them, and far be it for any other person out there to take it from them. It's not right. So, because of that, I felt it necessary to come out, to basically do this video saying, just because you don't think it's DIY, it doesn't mean it's not DIY for somebody else. For some people, this is what they can do. This is the best they can do. And far be it for us to take that from them. So, the next time some of you go to say, well, that's not DIY, just remember, for somebody, this is their DIY. This is the best they can do. For them, this is all they got. Their health just won't allow them to do anything other than this. And to say that, so this is something that I had to recognize, that my channel had to recognize. I had to kind of actually come to the conclusion that just because I don't, just because I can do something doesn't mean somebody else can do it, and maybe this to them is their DIY for whatever reason. Again, health reasons, maybe their health just won't allow it. And we don't need to be elitist assholes like that. That's not right. That's not fair, okay, to them. So, because of this, that's why we've included video games. We had to recognize this, that we had to include video games because sometimes life happens and people can't. They just can't. This is as good as their DIY gets. For them, this is DIY. So, whoops, hate it when that happens. Right, we're going to put a door right there, I think. And since I have a door, some doors right here, we're just going to do it like this. Alright, and that'll keep us somewhat protected from the elements. Looks pretty good. Alright. There we go. Now we've got the basis for our house. It's a little bit bigger than it was. And we're going to take this bed down. Use video game logic. We're going to move it right about there. There we go. We're going to Bob Vila that shit. And let's see, we need to make a good pickaxe. And again, please notice, one of the things that I'm doing here, and you won't find too many others that they'll do it on creative and say, look, I built something special. Yeah, you did. We'll go with that. I'm doing this just like a lot of you would end up having to do. All your friends are on, they're doing what they do, right? This is one of these moments that you just gotta kind of, there we go. The fun stuff you have to deal with in Minecraft. It's all good though. It's all good. We'll get it. Gotta be patient. Okay, my building material. Yes, that's a bone block. And again, what I'm showing you is just what anybody can do, okay? I'm not saying that my way is the only way. This is just something that if you take your time, if you're brand new to the game, take your time, okay? And these are just, it's an easy way to take your simple box, add just a little bit more, and then you can, then show it to your buddies and help. You could even tell them it was your design. I don't care, okay? It's just something that you could do, kind of get your feet wet in the Minecraft world. I was going to say, I don't think we get too much in the way of new players much these days. But please note, I've got a little bit more room to jump. Now, we're going to put up a nice torch, right like that. Kind of light it up a little bit. There we go. Alright. We can even come out here, put one there, put one there. I better take care of my character. He's dying all over the place. Alright. Again, don't let anybody, tell you that you have to do it their way. You can do it however you want. But this is, this gets you in the ballpark, get you. Now we can, we've got a ton of wooden blocks, which this is going to be the common one you're going to get, oak planks. We're going to throw some charcoal in here. Charcoal's easy to make if you're wondering. It's ridiculously easy to make. And we're going to take our small stack of sand and we're going to throw it in there and make some glass, okay? We're going to need glass because we're going to need windows for this simple little hut. And stone brick. Stone brick's one of my favorites. It's easy to make. It helps you get your get your XP points up for whenever you do. I have to put that back. It's an easy material to get your hands on, and I recommend it for building a simple house, building a castle, whatever. Okay. It's just something that it's an easy material to get your hands on. Video game logic. There we go. And I did that. I can't believe I just did that, folks. I totally did that. That's okay. That's okay. Can always make another axe. Another axe. And you can take that up. Just fix it. It's not a big deal. Video game logic. It's okay. There we go. We could have done either one. We could have done all sorts of cool stuff. There we go. And now we have the beginnings of our new home. Is it, is the greatest thing ever? Nope. Does it have to be? Nope. Remember, this is just a simple beginner's home. It's something that anybody can do. It's something that, you know, it's good for the beginner. Maybe you're just starting on, this is your first go with Minecraft, and, you're just trying, okay? You're just trying it out. Don't listen to all those so-called content creators that tell you that's the way you have to do it because that's the way they do it. That's wrong. That's wrong, okay? And those content creators that do that, stop it, okay? You're frustrating these players, okay? Thinking that out of the gate, if they want to be the cool kid, they've got to... No, that's not how this works. That's not how you be inclusive. That's how you be exclusive. It's wrong. So you'll hear me say that from time to time. Don't do that. Alrighty. So our home is starting to look like a little something. And we're going to go ahead and get what little bit of glass we've got already. And we're going to make some window panes. There we go. We got 16 of them. We're not going to need all those, but we can set those aside for later. Alright, so we're going to put one right there. And I'm thinking... might help if I use the right tool. Right tool for the job, right, folks? You know what? Screw it. Let's make that window a little bit bigger. Let's make it a little bit bigger. We can do that. I mean, it's our home. We can do whatever we want. And we can do this and this. There you go. Now it's starting to look like something. And again, this is just a simple build that anybody can do. It doesn't have to be elaborate or extravagant. Whoever told you that. There we go. And let's give it a little bit more shape. Let's give it a little bit more shape. We can do that, right? I mean, it's our home. It's our little Minecraft home. We can do whatever we want with it. Right? Let's, this is an easy one. Let's make some steps. Now, remember this pattern for those new players. This is just a simple pattern. Okay? But these are steps, but they don't have to be used as steps. Okay? You can use them however you want. Okay? Let's do this. There we go. We got about 24 of them. That should be enough for a good start. We'll see how many we need. Now, when putting these up like this, if you put them like this, it turns them one way. If you put them like this, it turns them another way. We want them to be like this so it resembles a roof. Just like that. Start there and then place there. It's real easy, real easy. And there we go. There you go. There you go. And okay, so we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them. Which that's going to be an odd number, but that's not a super big deal. So we're just going to do this. We can save these steps for later for another building project. No harm in that. We can do that. And there we go. And there you have it. Just a simple beginner's home. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy, but we can add on to it later, or we can just leave it because it's quaint and it's ours. So the next time so those of you who are starting your whole thing in Minecraft, or for that matter, any video game, and someone says, well, you have to do it this way. Well, no, this is how you do it how you want to do it. And as you learn the game, you'll learn your own techniques. You don't have to follow what somebody else says you do. And the other thing, the next time someone says, that maybe you suffer some sort of ailment and you can't get out there like some of us can and work on a project. Maybe for you, you're building a ship on Star Trek Online. Maybe you're building a house on Minecraft. Or maybe you're, when someone, whatever the video game is, maybe someone tells you that's not DIY, get out there and do something with yourself, and you're just not able to do it. Tell them this is my DIY. This is the best I can do. And if that's not good enough for you, well, you can just go screw yourself. Okay? Stand up for what's right. Alrighty. So, since the sun is setting in game, we're going to go ahead and park our character in here. So, if you enjoyed this video, obviously leave a like and leave a positive comment. Okay? We're always happy to get those positive comments and to hear that positive feedback. That sort of thing. Always glad to get it. And so if you've got anything you'd like to say to us in a positive manner, please do so. Along with that, I want to remind you all about the Teespring store. Get yourself some Prince Magnum channel merchandise. If you would so like. Along with that, get on over to Patreon. $1 a month grants you access to Cinnamon's Discord, and of course all proceeds from both locations go back into the project cars. That being said, as always, get out there and work on a project. I don't care what it is, just do something with yourselves. Remember, idle hands and a creative mind go together like oil and water. If you have a sweetheart, sweep them off their feet and do something special for them today. And as always, for every last one of you out there, if no one out there has told you that they love you today, Prince Magnum does. God bless you, and have a happy 24. Thank you.
I admire your honesty. Hell, I like you. You can come over to my house and fuck my sister.